This is a tough one,
Yeah.
but it's about as important as it gets. This effort is being led by a Virginia mother who is fighting to save lives, campus by campus, athlete by athlete.
For Donna Rogers, when she lost her 22-year-old daughter Morgan to suicide, she knew she had two choices: to crawl under a rock or lift that rock up to see what was crawling underneath. Donna chose to lift.
If you knew Morgan, there's no way you could just let her fade off into the sunset. No way.
Morgan Rogers was one of 3 children, including a twin sister. She was equal parts competitive and compassionate, whose dream came true to play lacrosse for Duke University. But in her sophomore year there, suffered a devastating injury.
Just takes a weird dodge, blows out her knee, and suffered level 3 tears. ACL, MCL, or meniscus was a mess. They had to rebuild it.
The physical pain was obvious, but the depth of the mental struggle, unknown to everyone, even her twin.
Did you think she was depressed?
No. No.
So you thought she was?
She hit a couple bumps in the road in life, discouraging, frustrating. There was no extreme behaviors we witnessed.
Still recovering from her injury, Morgan took a semester off from school. She returned to Duke, but 5 months later walked away from lacrosse.
Once she quit the team, it actually lightened her.
Lighten is the exact word I like to use. She was lighter.
But 6 months later, with a car packed to head home to her family in Virginia, Morgan took her own life in her apartment near school.
She left a piece of paper with her codes to get into her computer and her phone, which I am forever grateful. That would have been torture to not get into those 2 devices. The devices showed nothing, but at least I know that.
It was Morgan's journals that revealed goodbye letters written after she got hurt and a terrible fear of sharing her anguish.
If I open up, I'm going to be benched or probably cut from the team.
And she wrote that in her journals.
In not so many words, yes. The stigma was the reason why Morgan is not here today.
Morgan worried she would be judged by everyone.
We have a lot of athletes who are suffering in silence.
Mental health professional Emily Perrin not only understands that as a therapist who works with student athletes and coaches, she lived it as a former college athlete herself, dealing with anxiety and panic attacks.
There's some education that needs to happen, and there's some ownership of our coaches and this generation that doesn't really get it. And the reason that they don't get it is because it wasn't talked about. It wasn't acceptable to talk about.
In Morgan's case, Donna blames no one specifically, but she sees a wide gap between the priority for physical health versus mental health among student athletes.
I just want them to entertain the idea that mental health is a real thing. It's not for the weak. It's not for the whiners. It's not the squeaky wheel. That it's a real thing.
Donna, Morgan's best friend from Duke, Claire Kehoe, and dozens of others teamed up in Morgan's name and founded an organization called Morgan's Message.
Morgan's message is really that no one should feel alone if they are struggling with their mental health.
There are more than 1,000 student ambassadors to Morgan's Message at high schools and colleges all over the country, including long jumper Sophie Nilsson at Johns Hopkins University, who conducts daily wellness checks with track and field teammates.
It's so hard to just go to practice and be going through the motions and just not being like yourself and then not have anyone check in on you.
These 2 things of feeling how you're feeling, talking about feelings, struggling with certain mental health issues, and being competitive and wanting to win can actually coexist.
For Donna Rogers and her family, the work in Morgan's name has given them a new purpose when it was hard to find one, and when they wondered if there ever could be one again.
This is going to be our new normal. everything that's really good that happens seems to have a little bit of a cloud over it. But good things are still happening in our family.
The Rogers family, again, does not blame anyone specifically for Morgan's death, and that includes those at Duke University. Currently, 4 colleges in Maryland have Morgan's Message ambassadors, as well as a handful of local high schools, too. We have posted a link to Morgan's Message on the WBAL TV website and mobile app, where you can also find podcasts with student athletes. We would like to thank the Ivy Hotel in Baltimore for providing us with a quiet and comfortable space to interview Donna. And we thank Donna for sharing her story.